All right, friends. Thanks for being here. I know you're with the sub today, but we're going to be able to get after this. And what's going to be cool is, again, we got like a new day of things to do, but it's kind of not going to be new. And I just want you to take that wide approach I always tell us to take. And let's focus on concept rather than procedure, because this can get very procedural, just like what we've been working on. And today we're going to work on systems of equations, where two lines cross, when we have no common coefficients. So far, we've had common coefficients on everything. Like so far, we've had like a x plus y equals 4 and an x plus 4y equals 8 or something, right? And we're multiplying by -1 so that things cancel. Well, what if things don't cancel? Well, the cool thing about that is we know math, so we can make things cancel. If you think back to the other day, remember I had that situation where I had like 2 burgers and 2 hot dogs for a total? I don't know if these are the numbers. And then we had a burger and 4 hot dogs. No, let's not do 4. 5 hot dogs for a total, right? And we doubled this so that we could get something to cancel here, right? If we got the same number of burgers, the difference would be in hot dogs. Same kind of idea, right? As the burgers and hot dogs question. So as I look at these two equations, my eyes go to the x's and to the y's. And I'm thinking to myself, can I get something there to cancel? And I see, my eyes go here, okay? I see that if I got this to be a -2, this would cancel. So that's what I'm going to make happen. I'm going to multiply everything in my top equation by -2. That will give me -2x minus 6y equals -12. I like to keep that up there, but I'm going to put a simple line through it saying, this is the same line down here, just rewritten. And now I can do my elimination method just like I have been doing the last couple of days by adding these two equations together. When I add them together, my x's cancel. I'm left with -13y equals -13. I can solve for y then, and I get a y value of 1. Once I know y, I can get x by substituting it to any equation I'm going to choose right there. So x plus 3 times y equals 6. So I'm going to subtract my 3 from both sides. X equals 3. And that ordered pair 3, 1 should be the spot where these two lines cross, so I check it. Put a 3 there. 3 plus 3 is 6. Check. 6 minus 7 is -1. Check. So my point 31 works on both of those lines. So big idea. I need to look for something to change to get it to cancel. All right, so let's look at number 2 from your PDF notes. You have 9x plus 3y equals 12. 2x plus y equals 5. So as I'm looking here, I'm looking for the easiest thing to cancel. And I'm not sure about you, but my eyes are going right there. I got a 3 and a 1. So what I'm going to choose to do is I'm going to do something a little fancy. Some of you might be like, hey, let's multiply this by -3. I'll have a -3y there, and that'll cancel. You can do that, and that works great. In fact, maybe I would do that depending on the day. But check out what I'm going to do. I'm going to divide everything here by -3. Let me let that sink in for a second for you. I'm going to choose to divide everything up top by -3. It's an option here. All right? It's an option. Because I can divide everything by -3, and it will give me a y. It'll give me a y. But you could multiply everything on the bottom by -3 if you want, but I'm just going to do the divide everything by -3, and I'd get -3x minus y equals -4. I'm going to add these together to get -x equals 1, which means x equals -1. So one thing I want to point out is you can only divide if your a, b, and c terms in standard form work out nice. You can always multiply, right? Because it just is more factors, so more multiples of itself. So, all right, I got x equals -1. I'm going to slap that back in the equation. I'm picking that one. 2 times -1 plus y equals 5. Add 2 to both sides, so I get a y value of 7. So that's negative 1, 7 for the point at which those two lines cross. All right, let's keep it moving. We're going to jump. Let's jump down to number 5 in your PDF notes, all right? 3x minus 3y equals negative 3. 2x minus y equals negative 5. So I'm not sure where your eyes are going, okay? My eyes are going right here. And there's going to be two options here. They're both good. We can either multiply this by negative 3, which will turn this into a 3y. Or we can divide this by negative 3, which will turn it into a positive y. So actually, let's do this. Let's do it. We'll do it both ways. And I'll go kind of fast on both. We'll do it both ways so you can see that it works the same. Negative 6x plus 3y is 15. I like to just put a cross through so I'm not looking at that one anymore. Negative 3x equals negative 12, which means that x has to equal 4. I need to still go get y, but let's do it over here where if this side, if I divide everything by negative 3, I get negative x plus y equals 1. Add those together. I get x equals something not right. Oh, this shouldn't be a negative. Negative 5, 1. I did something wrong somewhere. What did I do, guys? No, that's right. Negative x plus y equals 1. 2x minus y equals negative 5. Okay, I gotta figure this out. Figured it out. That should be a positive 12. So, since that should be positive 12, that should be negative 4. Okay, we got the same answer. Little problem solving on the spot. That darn negative got me, but it's all good. So, either way, x is negative 4. Plug it into any equation you want to get the y value that would be on that line. I'm going to choose to go here, I guess. 3 times negative 4 minus 3y equals negative 3. Negative 12 minus 3y is negative 3. Add 12. Negative 3y is 9, so y has to be negative 3. If I were to do it over here, let's say stick it in for that x. Negative 4 plus y equals 1. Plus 4 plus 4. Why am I not getting the same answer? What's going on here? Oh, man. I let a negative get me twice in a row, guys. It's the opposite of negative 4. So 4 plus y equals 1. Subtract 4y is negative 3. Either way, negative 4, negative 3 is our ordered pair where these two lines cross. I could either get this to be a positive 3y, or I could get this to be a positive y. Multiply or divide are both options here. All right, next, together, we're going to look at number 8 on the back. Okay? So 3x plus 3y is 9, and 5x plus 4y is 10. So one thing you're going to notice here, this is another situation where there's two ways. One thing you're going to notice here is I can't just multiply one thing by a whole number. So the way you'll most commonly see something like this done is still people focusing on x's or y's. Let's say y's just because one of the numbers is smaller. And I've got a 3 and a 4. Well, 3 doesn't multiply to be 4 very nice. 4 doesn't multiply to be 3 or divide to be 3 very nice. So what a lot of people will do here is they'll multiply one of these by 4 and one of these by 3 to make both their y's a 12. And you would need to make one of them a negative 12, so I just put a negative 4 there. So this is the most common way you'd see this done, where they're looking at these y's, they see the coefficients of 4 and 3, and they know that you can get both 4 and 3 to be 12 to get our canceling, right? So if I multiply everything in the top by negative 4, I get negative 12x minus 12y equals negative 36. If I multiply everything in the second line by 3, I get 15x plus 12y equals 30. And you'll see here now my y terms will cancel when I add them together, which is what you want. That would give us 3x equals negative 6, which means that x is negative 2. Once I know x is negative 2, I can throw it in any equation I want. I'm going to choose right there. 3 times negative 2 plus 3y equals 9. So then we're to solve for y. 3x is 15. Sorry, 3y is 15. Then y is 5. For ordered pair, negative 2, 5. Now, I'm going to give you another way for this because this is the way I would do it because I'm not scared about fractions, okay? So, you might be noticing this top equation, they're all divisible by 3, right? So, if I can get my 3 to cross simplify here, it'll leave me with a 4 in the numerator. So, I'm multiplying by something thirds, right? 3 would get that to cross, but I need it to be a 4. So I could multiply by negative 4 thirds, just my top one. My 3's would cross simplify, it'd leave me with a negative 4 in the numerator there. So if I were to multiply my whole top equation by negative 4 thirds, I'd have negative 4x minus 4y equals negative 12. I'd add those together for x equals negative 2. You see, you get the same answer. This is a little bit of a challenge for some people. For me, it pops. I'm comfortable with fractions. I myself like to just multiply by one thing there. You could choose to multiply by two things. They both get us to the same answer, all right? So let's go. Let's look at one more. Let's have you try 9 on your own, actually. Try 9 on your own. So pause the video. It's 5x plus 9y equals negative 10, and 7x plus 10y equals negative 1. Pause your video, try it out, and then resume and see how you did. Remember, we can work with wrong answers. We can't work with nothing. All right, so take a look, and I think you may notice our x's and y's, nothing cancels just straight up by changing one thing. We actually have to mess with both equations. So here are your two options. I'm only going to do one of them. Your two options, I'll show the two options you might have used, and then I'm only going to solve one of them. Option 1 would be something like multiply this by negative 7 and this by 5, and that's going to give us x terms of negative 35 and positive 35 to cancel. The other thing you might have chosen to do is multiply everything here by like negative 10 and everything here by 9 to get a 90 and negative 90 to cancel. And the negatives could be switched as long as you have one negative, one positive. I personally would probably just mess with the 7 and 5 because they're smaller, but either way will work. So if I do, I'm going to work on this side. I'd get negative 35x minus 63y equals 70, and I'd get 35x plus 50y equals negative 5. So these are the same two lines as I had above. But these ones, I have the same number of things, which will give me negative 13y equals negative 65, which means that y equals 5. Once I know y equals 5, I can put this into anything I want. I'm going to choose right there. 7x plus 10 times y equals negative 1. So if 7x plus 50 is negative 1, something not right here. 7x plus 50 equals negative 1. Give me a second. Oh my gosh, guys. I got by a negative again. There it is. Sorry. So this should be a negative 5, negative 50, plus 50. All right, we're back on track. 7x is 49, which means that x is 7. For ordered pair 7, negative 5. If you did it over here, you get the same answer, friends. That's what's kind of fun about it. That's what's really fun about it. Let's take a look at some snake method. Remember that snake method action? First hour named it snake method. Let's look at number 12. Last one. Let's finish strong. Number 12, we got 7x plus 5y equals negative 13. Negative 2x equals 7y plus 26. So I'm looking right here, personally. I can see if I get x's to be the same, they cancel. So I'm going to choose to multiply everything here by 2 and everything here by 7. Let's check out our new equations that are actually the same equations. 14x plus 10y equals negative 26. That's my first one. My second one would be negative 14x equals 49y plus 140 plus 42, 182. Now, remember, I'm looking left side and right side here. Okay? So on my left side, if I add everything up on my left side of my equations, I get 10y. The 14's cancel. The 14x's cancel. If I add up everything on my right side, I get 49y plus 182 minus 26. 156. Okay? Then I'm going to solve for y. Minus 49y minus 49y negative 39y equals 156. Divided by negative 39. So y equals negative 4. Once I know y, I can figure out x. So I'm going to go slap this y up here. Let's go right there just for fun. Negative 2x equals 7 times y plus 26. That means negative 2x equals negative 28 plus 26. Negative 2x then equals negative 2, which means x has to equal 1 for an answer of 1. Negative 4 of, remember that's where these two lines cross. So big ideas. Get x or y to cancel. Is that how you spell cancel? Whatever, that's how I'm spelling cancel right now. Get x or y to cancel. And then, yeah. And then sometimes I have to mess with both coefficients. And we're going to do that through multiplying or dividing everything in the whole equation. You guys get after it. The GoFormative's open. I've got a key at the bottom of the GoFormative, but you should only be using that if you get something wrong a couple times, right? Look at these. You saw me losing negatives and rethinking. Always check your answers, okay? There's a lot of work to be had. Stay organized. And you've got all the skills you need. All right, make you proud.